How you doing there? Welcome back to Babylon Talmud. Today we're studying Daf Hey, Daf 5 of Masechta Ksubis. Friends, alright, Daf Hey, what does Daf Hey talk about? It kind of talks about the concept of, like what we've been talking about, right? Psula Nisei Stilum Harvi, Amanu Yom HaChamishi, right? We said that on Shabbos, right? That there's no bia on Friday night for the first time. Also on Motzoi Shabbos. So we're going to discuss these in Yonim. We're going to stop a little bit early today because about halfway, even a little bit less, through Hayamud Beis, because then that gets into a longer discussion that really continues. Really is going to set things up for tomorrow's daf. So probably going to be a little bit shorter today. Fine. So we're going to start on Daf Daled Amud Beis, 2 lines from the bottom. Omer Mar. So we had said, Bein kach uvein kach lo yivo lo be'erev Shabbos lo b'motzoi Shabbos. So we said that if you have a fellow marries a besula, so they shouldn't have bia for the first time on Friday night nor on Motzoi Shabbos. Bishlama be'erev Shabbos mishum chabura. So I understand why they wouldn't have beer for the first time on Friday night, because Friday night is Shabbos, and if they're having beer for the first time, so there may be dam, there might be blood, it might make a chabura, and therefore, we don't make a chabura on Shabbos. So therefore, they wouldn't have beer for the first time on Friday night. Elav Motzoi Shabbos, Amaylo. But what's wrong with Motzoi Shabbos? It's not Shabbos anymore, it's Saturday night. So why can't they have beer on Motzoi Shabbos? Mishum Cheshbonis. So Bzeira says, well, because we're concerned that right, that if he's having beer on Friday on Motzoi Shabbos, he's going to make a party. He's going to make a party then. So, and then on Shabbos, he's going to be thinking about all the things that he needs to do for the party. And we don't want him thinking about a party on Shabbos. We want him thinking about Shabbos on Shabbos, about how much he's going to learn about. Let's go weiter. So Mishum Cheshbonis. Omele Abai v'Cheshbonis shel mitzvah mi'asirei. So Abai says, yeah, but so what? No, what Cheshbonis are we concerned about? That he's going to be thinking about the Sudas mitzvah he's going to make at night. You're allowed to think about mitzvahs. V'Rav Chizda v'Rav Amnuna d'Amrit Havayu Cheshbonis shel mitzvah mutter. Both Rav Amnuna and Rav Chizda say that you're allowed to make Cheshbonis. You're allowed to make calculations and plans regarding mitzvahs. Where am I? Cheshbonish mitzvah mitzvah lechashbon b'Shabbos. V'omer Belazar says Belazar poskin tzedakah l'aniyim b'Shabbos. You can commit to giving tzedakah to poor individuals on Sabbath. V'omer Reb Yaakov, Omer Reb Yochanan, hochen levata knesios levata midrashos lefakeach al iskei rabim b'Shabbos. And you can go around to different synagogues and study halls to discuss matters relating to the public, i.e., right, even if they involve cheshbonis and making plans and things like that, but if it's for the public, for the public need, so it's acceptable. That we can, get involved in, situations that have life-threatening implications on Shabbos. Shmuel bar Nachmani Omer B'Yonason hochen letartayos lekarkayos. You can go to theaters and circuses lefakeach aliskei rabim b'Shabbos if it's in the service of sort of the public good. V'tana dvei minasya mishadchin ala tinokes leoris b'Shabbos. You can make shidduchim on Shabbos, matchmaking on Shabbos. V'alatinok lamdo sefer, or to teach a young fellow mistama Torah with lamdo umnus, or to even teach him about a trade on Shabbos, because it's a mitzvah that a father should teach a child a trade. Ella, no. So apparently, this concept of not wanting to think about the Suda on Shabbos, isn't so straightforward. There are plenty of situations, there are plenty of contexts in which things that you would have thought wouldn't be so Shabbosdik are actually allowed. Right? You're allowed to go to circuses and theaters if it's for, the need of the rabbim. And therefore, here's an example of, sure, he'd be thinking about the Suda, but it's a Suda's mitzvah, and that should be acceptable. So Reb Zera says, Reb Zera, actually we're concerned that, if he gets very anxious on Shabbos about the Suda that he has to make on Motzoi Shabbos. He has all these people coming. Maybe there's not enough food. Maybe he'll pashut slaughter a bird on Shabbos. And you're not allowed to slaughter birds on Shabbos. So therefore, out of concern that if he has bia on Motzoi Shabbos, so then he's going to be making a Sudas Mitzvah on Motzoi Shabbos. And he's going to be concerned maybe there's not enough food and he might end up slaughtering a bird on Shabbos. So we say don't have bia on Motzoi Shabbos for the first time. Omelei Abaye Elmeato Yom Kippur Mishchalios Sheni b'Shabbos Yidoch Gzer Shem Yishchol Benov. Fact Abaye, but shouldn't we have the same concern if Yom Kippur falls out on a Monday? If Yom Kippur falls out on Monday, so when do you have to chaperein? When do you have to eat? Not on Monday. Monday's Yom Kippur. You have to eat on Sunday. So shouldn't we have the same concern that on Motzoi Shabbos he might end up slaughtering a bird so that he'll have food to eat? I'm sorry, don't we have to be concerned that on Shabbos he'll end up slaughtering a bird to make sure that he has food to eat on Motzoi Shabbos, because Motzoi Shabbos is Sunday, the day before, right, which is Erev Yom Kippur, when he needs to be eating. So Gemara says, yeah, but it's different. Yom Kippur is only concerned about himself, right? So there's not so much stress, whereas over here he's making a Suda for lots of people. So in Yom Kippur, he'll figure it out. He'll find stuff to eat. He'll have plenty to eat on Sunday. Don't worry about it. He's not stressing about it. On Shabbos, he's not going to end up slaughtering a bird. But over here, we have to make a Sudas Mitzvah for all the people. So then he might end up getting a little bit stressed out and slaughtering a bird on Shabbos, which we don't want him to do. Inami hosam isle rivacha hacha leis le rivacha. Alternatively, on Yom Kippur, really, on Erev Yom Kippur, when's the main Suda happening? On Sunday, not on Saturday night. So there's time. We're not concerned that on Shabbos he's going to end up slaughtering a bird so that he's going to have food to eat before Yom Kippur. The main meal is really the next day. On Sunday, there's enough time to slaughter a bird. Whereas over here, by the Sudas Mitzvah, if he's going to be on Motzoi Shabbos and the Sudas Mitzvah oichet on Motzoi Shabbos, so then there's no time. There's no time. Everything has to be ready immediately after Shabbos, and therefore he might end up slaughtering a bird on Shabbos. So we say don't have beer for the first time on Motzoi Shabbos. And now once we got to the whole bird slaughtering mahalach, Erev Shabbos namigzer shamishchol benov. Well, then we can also say that on Friday night as well. Sure, we gave the suggestion that because the concern for making a chabura, of making a wound, but there's also the concern that if they have bia on Friday night, so then there's going to be a suda oichet on Friday night, and he might end up slaughtering a bird for the suda on Shabbos. So we could say that as well, that don't have bia on Friday night for the first time, out of concern that you might, you can have a suda, and then you might end up slaughtering a bird on Shabbos. They ask a kasha. He says so do we say that a besula gets married on Wednesday, and they can have bia also on Wednesday? I guess if they get married Wednesday afternoon or something, and then on Wednesday afternoon they can have bia. And we're not concerned that comes Thursday, the next day, if there was a tainas besulim, if she turned out not to be a besula and he had to go to Bezdin, we're not concerned that by Thursday already he's gonna sort of chill out and he's not gonna end up going to Bezdin. Or maybe we say that besula gets married on Wednesday, but they only have bia on Wednesday night, on Thursday, right? Which of course is considered Thursday, because we're concerned that he might sort of calm down and not end up going to Bezdin. Meaning, if they have bia on Wednesday and it turns out she's not a besula, so then comes Thursday, he might have already calmed down. But if they have bia on Wednesday night, which is already considered Thursday, so then there won't be enough time for him to come down. So that's the shaila. When we say that besula nises barvi, is it also that the bia is also can be on Wednesday, or do they have to wait till Thursday out of concern that he might calm down? Tashma, the Tani bar kapore besula nises barvi. It says bar kapore that a besula is married on Wednesday. V'nevelas b'chamishi, and davka the bia is on Thursday. Ho'il v'nema bo bracha ledagim. Why? Because if you look up in the Chumash by Ma'aseh Bereishis, so on Thursday, that's where it says it says by the fish, it says Puravu Muluas Amayim. They should be fruitful and multiply and fill up the waters. So Basula is Dafka is Bia on Thursday, because Thursday is where there is the blessing for the fish. Alright. Almonah says B'chamishi v'neveles b'shishi. A widow in Almonah gets married on Thursday, and the Bia is on Friday. Because on Friday there's the blessing for humans, right? It says Puravu Muluas Haaretz. Time mishum bracha. And we're saying that Bar Kapara is highlighting the fact that Thursday is the bracha for fish, Friday is the bracha for humans, and that is why we wait till Thursday and Friday respectively, so that they could have bia for the first time on a day that there's blessing of being fruitful and multiplying. But the concern doesn't seem to be about Ikrui Daita. That doesn't seem to be part of the cheshbon about whether or not there's enough time for him to calm down if she's turns out to not be a basula. 1 second. So why do we say that a basula has bia on Thursday because it's a bracha for fish, and an almana has bia on a Friday because it's a bracha for humans? Why can't the almana also have bia on Thursday? Because after all, Thursday there's a bracha for fish. So let her get married on Thursday and have bia oichet on Thursday, because the Thursday is a blessed day for fish. Alright. Bracha de Adam Adifale. Well, as nice as a blessing for fish is, a blessing for humans is better, and therefore, a basula who's getting married on Wednesday, she's not going to wait till Friday. But an almana who's getting married on Thursday, wait till Thursday night, which is Friday, to have bia, and on Friday, there is a blessing for humans, which is sort of preferable, which is considered a starker, a more preferable blessing than that of the blessing for fish. Alternatively, the reason why we want an almana to have bia on Friday is out of a concern of the rabbis. The Tanya, as we learn in the Brayso, how come we say that an almana gets married on Thursday but has bia on Thursday night, Friday? Because if you say that they have bia oichet on Thursday, if an almana gets married, right? We're going to learn in the coming days that they have sort of mishte and sheva brachas for a besula, but in almana it's only one day. So therefore, if we say that an almana gets married on Thursday and has bia on Thursday, the next day, Friday, the husband's going to wake up and go to work. And therefore the rabbis wanted that he shouldn't just go to work the next day, but he should stay with her and rejoice with her and celebrate with her for 3 days. Chamishi b'Shabbos ve'erev Shabbos v'Shabbos. On Thursday, which is the day of the wedding, Friday, which is the day of the bia, and Shabbos, which is Shabbos. So at least the kacha, they'll have 3 days together. Okay, fine. Wait, where am I? Okay. Wait, where am I? I know where I am. I just want to see something. Okay, fine. My ika bein bracha l'shaktu. Now, what's the difference between the bracha reason and the shaktu reason? Right? We gave 2 reasons for why an almana has bia dafka on Friday. One is because Friday is the day that is humans are blessed with puravu and muluas haaretz. The other option is because we want that to spread out the different stages of the sort of marriage, let's say, so that he's not just going to go to work the next day. So you could benayu adam batul. So one nafkamina is, what if you have a fellow who doesn't go to work? So in that case, there's no concern that Friday is going to wake up and go to work. He doesn't go to work. So maybe he can have bia on Thursday. But there's still the blessing of Friday that we'd want to chaperein. Yinami yom tov shchalios b'erev Shabbos. Alternatively, what if there is a yom tiv that falls out on Friday? So also he's not going to work. It's yom tiv. So therefore, maybe then you can have bia on Thursday. So those are nafkaminas between if you say that the reason for having bia on Friday is because of a blessing, or if it's because of the guy going to work. Darish Bar Kapara expounded Gedolim Maiset Tzadikim Yosim and Maiset Shemaim V'Aretz, that the creations of the righteous are more gewaldig than that which is said about God's creation of heaven and earth. De'ilu b'maaseh shamayim va'aretz ksiv. It says by the creation of heaven and earth. Af yodi, my singular hand. Yosta aretz, established the ground, the land. V'yimini tipcha shamayim. And my right hand made the what do they call it? Firmaments? Sure. What the righteous create, it says, Mikdash Hashem konenu yadecha, that the temple of God, your hands, plural, was made. That when the righteous builds the Beis Hamikdash, it says yadecha, plural. So whereas it says by the creation of heaven and earth, just one hand, but by the creation of the building of the temple, it says multiple hands, which is, I guess, is more stark. Heishiv Bavli Echod Reb Chia Shemo. Friends, do you hear that? A certain Babylonian, and that certain Babylonian was Reb Chia. That's pretty cool. He asked the kasha. V'yabeshes Yadav Yotzaru, that it says that the Eibishter created dry land. It says Yadav, which is plural. Yodoksev, yeah, but it's written Yado, it's written singular. V'oksiv Yotzaru, but it says Yotzaru, which is plural. Amar Rav Nachman by Yitzchak Yotzaru Etzba'osav. So Rav Nachman by Yitzchak says, yeah, his fingers. One hand has multiple fingers, and his fingers Yotzaru they created. K'dichsiv, as the pasuk says, Ki eresh shomecha ma'aseh etz be'osecha. Now when your heavens, when your firmament see the doings of your fingers, Yareach v'chochav masher kananta, the moon and the stars that you have put in place. That the heavens, that the firmaments speak of the honor of God, and the creations of His hands, plural. Magid Rakia. We have Shamayim and Rakia. Wait, which one's firmaments? I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy. I'm asking the wrong guy. I don't know. Heavens. I don't know. I feel like Rakia is maybe firmaments. But so we see it says Yadav, which is plural, by the heavens and the earth. So that regarding the creations of the righteous, mi magid, who speaks of them, harakia, the firmaments, I guess, umani umater. What is that? Rain. That the rain sort of represents, I guess, a gift that the firmaments give on account of the handiwork of the righteous. Alright, sounds good to me. Let's go weiter. Dorish Bakapar expounded my dechsiv. What does the pasuk mean? And you should have a peg among your weapons, right? It says in the pasuk, I think in Parshas Kiseitse, that regarding when you go out to fight a war, you should bring like a shovel with you to be able to cover up after you go to the bathroom, to have a shtickle to be clean. Anyways, I hear that. Yeah, whatever. Don't read your weapons, rather read your ears. That if a fellow hears something that is not gishmak, something he doesn't want to hear, or maybe that he shouldn't hear, he should put his fingers in his ear. I guess it's like the equivalent of like putting a banana in your ear. Right, so if somebody's saying something that you don't want to hear, or maybe you shouldn't hear, just take your fingers and stick them in your ears and indicate that you're not listening. This is what Rabbi Lazar says. Say this. Why are a fellow's fingers similar to pegs? My time. What do you mean they're similar to pegs? If you're saying, okay, well, they're similar to pegs, i.e., there's like 5 separate pegs. They're not all just like one kind of unit. There's like 5 separate pegs, but there's a reason why we need those. Each finger has its own use. The Amar that we said, Zo Zeres, that the pinky is for measuring a Zeres, which is for what's that for again? More than Zeres Shachoshen. The stones of the Choshen, or the Zeres or Kav. I think that was the stones, right? Or was it the Choshen itself? I don't remember now. But you use your pinky for that, for measuring that. Zo Kmitza, the second finger is for Kmitza, that when you take the fistful of flour, so it's only the 3 middle fingers starting with the second finger, and I guess ending with the fourth one. Zo Amma, the middle one is how you, I guess, an alternative way. An Amma, of course, is like 6 handbreadths. Tfachim. But apparently another way of measuring an amma is from the tip of your middle finger until your elbow. So that's what the middle finger is for. Zo etzba, the pointer finger, is for matan damim shalchatos, that if you have to put the blood of a korban chatas on the mizbeach, so use your index finger for that. Zegodel, and the thumb is for boin yado v'raglav, like by mitzvah when they put like blood on his fingers and stuff. So that's your thumb. No, so we have reasons for like each of the fingers. Ella matam mishupas ki you say this, but why are they like pointy? I guess like pegs. Shemishma adam davar shenohagun, that if a fellow hears something that he shouldn't hear, yaniachatz ba'osav be'oznav, he should stick his fingers in his ears. Tanad Rabbi Shmuel stop by the besmensh Rabbi Shmuel pnei ma'ozun kula kosher va'al yaraka. How come your ear is like hard cartilage, but then you have a soft lobe? Shemishma adam davar shenohagun yachu fa'al yelesocha. That if you hear something that you shouldn't hear, take your earlobe and fold it over into your ear so that you can't hear anything. That doesn't work for me because my earlobes are connected to my sin. Maybe it does. Taner Rabbanan al yashmiya adam leoznav dvarim b'teilim. A fellow shouldn't hear silly stuff into his ears because after all, your ears are the ones that get burnt first of all the limbs. So you better be careful. If your ears are hearing things that they shouldn't, they might get singed off. Friends, that was daf hey of Masechet Ksubis. We're going to stop here, even though we have a bunch of work to do. But we get into a big discussion tomorrow about Reb Shimon and Reb Yehuda and Davar Sheinu Miskavin. Maybe this is why they call it a Shas Katan. We're 5 daf into the page. We already discussed Gittin, and now we're discussing. Did we mention Kiddushin? I don't know, but we probably will. Now tomorrow we're going to discuss shtickle sugis of Shabbos. I don't know. Anyways, what do we see today? So we saw different reasons for different things, right? We said that a chosin kala by a besula should not have bia first on Friday night or on Saturday night. The reason for Friday night, we gave 2 reasons. One is because it makes a chabura potentially, in which case you don't make a chabura on Shabbos. Alternatively, we said that we're concerned that if you have bia on Friday night, then you also might make a suda. Well, you will make a suda, and then you might slaughter a bird. That's another reason, and that's the reason why also on Motzei Shabbos they don't have bia, because then you might end up slaughtering a bird on Shabbos. We said that a besula gets married on Wednesday, but dafka has bia on Thursday, because Thursday is a day where there's a blessing for fish. And an almoneh gets married on Thursday, but has bia on Friday. We give 2 reasons for that. One is so that if they get married on Thursday and have bia on Thursday, they might just wake up and go to work the next day. We don't want that, so we spread it out over a few days. Thursday they get married, Friday they have bia, Shabbos is Shabbos. Alternatively, there's a blessing for the people on Friday, so they have bia on a day that there's blessing, puravum, luas arts for the people. Then we saw different agaritas about like putting your fingers in your ears and stuff like that. Friends, that was daf hey of Masechta Ksubis. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.